to another YouTube video for you guys right here. My name is I went to breakfast this morning. Breakfast is also my pre-workout meal. We got some toast, sourdough to be specific, and we also got some eggs. I did have a banana, and then I had a protein shake as well. I usually have this about an hour before my workout, a little more than an hour actually, just to make sure that my food is properly digested before I go into my workout, because I want all the blood in my stomach trying to digest the food. I would rather have it going from my muscles to my heart, from my heart to my muscles and stuff. So make sure you give yourself an hour or more for your body to digest your food before you're going into your workout. Also got some coffee brewing this morning. Also, the wrist is feeling a lot better. I was able to do a wrestling practice yesterday with it. Obviously in certain positions it still hurts. If I push on like the side of my hand, that's kind of when I experience some pain through my wrist and kind of my pinky area. But other than that, we should be good to go today for back. Pull things were never really an issue for me. It was just the pushing movements. So we should be good to go. Before we go, I gotta slam this breakfast. Some of you guys might wonder throughout this video why I decided to do weight training first before my running. And the reason being is simply just because my goals are oriented toward lifting. And I always tell you guys, do the one first that your goals are more centered around. And currently at the moment, I'm trying to put on a little more muscle, a little more size, because I want to put on size because I know I'm going to lose size when I go into a potential marathon training in the summer, which I've talked to you guys about. So that means, when the marathon training comes up, I will be doing my runs first and then doing my lifts later, because I want to focus on the runs and put the majority of my energy into that, because when I go into my runs later in the day, I don't have as much energy, as much glycogen stored up, because I'm focusing on using the most of it or primary amount in the weight room compared to when I go for my runs. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do both, because you guys are going to see me do both during the day, and it doesn't mean that you can't get better in both, but when you want to do the extreme on both, that's when it becomes kind of an issue. Or if you're concerned about making huge progress in one area compared to the other, that's when it can become complicated. So for example, if you wanted to run like a sub 20-minute 5K and you need to really focus on like fast run, building up your endurance more, yeah, you might want to run first, because that's going to take up a lot of energy, and if you do it after you lift, you might not have the same energy expenditure as you would if you did it first. So that's why I personally do it. But when you guys see, if we decide to do a marathon prep, I will be running first, because the goal will be to do a sub 3-hour marathon. And if I'm using my lifting energy first and then I try to go do my run later, the runs probably just won't be as effective. That's why I do that first. But today has been pretty good. I'm happy that my wrist isn't bugging me as much. Obviously it still is kind of bothering me, but I'm able to do a full back workout without stopping, without being in so much pain. So this has been a blessing. Doing all right. Got a little bit of a, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Came down with a little something, unfortunately, which sucks. Hey man, it is what it is. Can't control it. Only can control the controllables. So I'll probably go get some cough drops after this. And then yeah, dude. So typically After my workout, I'll usually do some rolling out and stuff, but we're a little behind today. We're actually not a little behind, we're pretty far behind today. So I need to hurry up, go shower, take care of what I need to do. And then after that, we'll do a run today. I'm not doing a crazy far run today just because like came down with something and I don't want to overexert myself and make myself feel more sick, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna hurry up, shower, and get out of here. But yeah, like I said, normally I'll stretch and roll out for about 30 minutes. So yeah. Got a protein bar and an apple. And I usually eat this about close to an hour before my run. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, try to have something an hour, a little more before your workout, just so your body has time to digest it. It is around 3:20, so it's a little later than I would like to. I was just so into editing these photos. Some of you guys may know, I'm basically a photographer and videographer as like my gig, like how I make money. I'm also part of an agency, but the agency includes videography and photography, so that's why I included it. And I know like the videos that I put on YouTube might not be very indicative that I do either or. In some of the videos you'll notice like, oh, I definitely have an act for it. But for these, you know, this is more so fun. This is like my style of how I wanted to do YouTube. I didn't really want my YouTube channel to be like a super cinematic movie. There are times where I try to make it like that, but this is more so a vlog style. Motivation, just being real with you guys. And I kind of feel like when you make something super cinematic all the time, it's like that's not really how the depiction of life is. So I'm just capturing life in the moment with this. But yeah, we're gonna down this protein bar and this apple. And I'm only gonna go for like a 3-mile run today. Nothing insane. Today's been a rough day. It's actually been a rough past few days. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna really talk about what happened on camera, but just know just some crap went down, man. It went down really bad. And I've been stressing, trying to come up with solutions for what happened. And it's been hard because I haven't landed on anything yet. So hoping to. I've been going for a lot of runs lately just to clear my head on that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, these are Transparent Labs protein bars. They are amazing. I do want to let you guys know that I'm not going to like say go buy these just because they're like $40 for a box of 12. And to me, a little overpriced. But if you want something that's like kind of, it's not a treat because it's a protein bar, but it's an amazing protein bar. Like it tastes so good. If you want something that's like a meal replacement bar and you're someone who goes out and hikes every once in a while or something and you can afford these protein bars, definitely invest in it. Super good, all natural ingredients. Amazing. Okay, officially 4:42. I was sitting there just taking forever to finish the freaking apple because I was editing photos as well. We're going to do a 5K today, just 3.1 miles. I'm going to try to get it done in probably like 22 minutes. I don't want to overexert myself and so that'd be about 7.5 minutes per mile. I think it's going to be pretty easy to do just because I can hold that pace fairly well and for not that long of a distance right now. Considering I pretty much held that for a whole marathon, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say I can do it now. That was kind of a brag, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, hey, sometimes I gotta brag. That's something I feel really proud about because I worked really hard toward. But anyway, I'm gonna go run, kind of just try to let my mind wander. I told you guys I had something kind of go down last week, and man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, one of my biggest struggles is when something bad happens, I just ruminate on it. I just constantly think about how much it's bothering me and how much anger it's causing me. And when I go for these runs, it just helps me to realize how much of it is really out of my control. Like I did the best I could. I did everything that I possibly could. And, you know, it didn't work out. And that's what it is. And complaining about it and getting upset about it is really just not going to do anything. So, you know, I'll think about that more on my run. So it's just my little therapy session, essentially. But I'm going to warm up, not stretch, but I'm going to warm up and get ready for this. 3, 2, 1. I say, what did I say? Less than 22. Woo!
What the hell is even that?
Like I said, y'all, less than 22. We finished at an average pace of 7 minutes and 4 seconds. Just think about it. If we just picked up the pace a little bit at the end, would have been 7 minutes flat, maybe even 6:59. Who knows? That just goes to show, never quit, never stop going hard. So I made a reel really quick for Instagram I'm gonna talk about on here. So I think a lot of people think that there's like some sort of magic potion, there's some sort of magic thing that's gonna make you run longer, push through a hard workout. And the thing is, a lot of fitness coaches won't tell you about what it takes to get in shape is willpower, because they want to sell you on something. And I don't blame them, right? Like, I think that, yeah, people do need help. But one of the biggest factors that contributes to you getting in shape is your willpower. Like, there's going to be days where you're not going to want to show up. There's going to be days where, you know, you don't want to do the work. And willpower is really the only thing that's going to get you through. Like this run today, you're going to have this little voice in your head that's trying to get you to stop. And it won't go away if you keep giving it attention. I kind of related it to, you know, if you have a little sibling, because I had 2 sisters growing up. I loved pestering them. And the best part about pestering them was their reaction. And I just kept pestering them until they went up and got up and went away. And it's kind of the same thing with like when you're running. If you keep giving that voice attention, it'll just stay there until you quit, or you can keep running with it in your head. And that is by far the most annoying. So just let it be there. It's a paradox, you know, if something's in your life that's bothering you, you try to get rid of it, you know, you get rid of it. But it's one of those things where you can't force yourself to think something else. So very weird concept. That was it for the run. That felt good, not gonna lie. Just got done icing my wrist, and now we're gonna roll out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not expect this wrist injury to be over a month. It literally happened 2 days after Christmas, and I've already kind of told the story. I was wrestling one of the kids from practice, and I just landed very awkwardly off of a chop block on my arm. I was trying not to roll on my back, so I was doing anything to not roll on my back, and I was rolling. I just put my hand down. Huge mistake on my end, but it is what it is. Starting to feel better. I can actually use it now. I can finally use it to recover and stuff. I actually wasn't really able to, you know, do much recovery either, because when you roll out, you have to put your hand down. And I mean, I guess I couldn't, but it was really awkward to like roll and actually do the movement itself. So now I can. And, you know, I'm glad I inspire a lot of people on YouTube, Instagram, and all of that. You know, I get DMs all the time or messages from people about, you know, questions that they might have or things that they're going through, and I'm really happy. But I always want to make sure that I'm preaching a message that is getting across to you guys. And one of the things that, and this isn't like a super serious message, but one of the things I wish I would have done when I was younger, you know, because I've always been an athlete my entire life, is take my recovery a little more seriously. You know, we just kind of went through like a whole day of training, and one of the things that I wish I would have emphasized more is recovery. It just caught up to me when I turned 22, when it really caught up to me. 21, it was like sneaking up on me, but 22 is when it really got me, and then 23 is when I was like going through it. Now, really emphasizing it. And this foam roller is actually down in the link in the description if you guys want one. It's literally just a 3-2-1 strong foam roller. There's also like this vibrating ball I use every once in a while, and I like it because it really targets the hamstring and the hip area really well. Make sure you guys are doing that, you know. Something I wish I did, because you don't want it to, you just don't want it to catch up to you. Like for me, you know, I was gaining strength, I was getting stronger, and then boom, injury. And it all could have been prevented, just proper recovery, you know. The thing for me is like I just didn't like recovery. Like I knew I needed to do it, I just didn't like it. And sometimes it's really not about doing the things that you don't want to do. Like I think lifting weights and running and doing all that stuff, that's the fun part. This isn't fun. Like there's nothing going on. You know what I mean? There's nothing I'm thinking. Well, I mean, I'm thinking, but there's nothing really just interactive, I guess you could say. Make sure y'all are recovering, all right? Make sure you're also buying from KillBuillt, the coolest clothing brand out there in the world. And also, make sure you guys get yourself a little pug named Bean. sleeping. She's like, let me sleep. Been a while since she's been on the video. She's been camera shy, y'all. I don't know what to say, but that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button. If you guys know, I will be back. And as always, that kind of do you love. The sky is the limit. I will see you all in the next one.